Hey guys, this is Roy Caney, and this is Roll with the Punches, where we talk about randomness in games and how it can make a game exciting, and how to twist the odds into your favor. This is the first episode of Throat Punch Lunch, and I figured I would talk about one of my all time favorite games and randomness in it, and that game is War of the Ring. In War of the Ring, each player is going to have a handful of event cards. And normally you can trigger these event cards, the top part, by using your action dice. You can either use the symbol that is on the event card to trigger the top part of the event, or use a Palantir to trigger any type. But basically, each card has two different parts. It has a top part, which is played by using action dice, or a bottom part, which can be saved by using in combat. So you have to decide, do I want to use the top part, or do I want to use the bottom part and save it for combat? The interesting thing about the game is normally the cards that are way better as far as events go are way better in combat as well. So you have to decide which part of that action do you want to do. Do you want the ints to attack or Thanx if Gandalf is in Fangorn, or do you want a Gon or a Rohan unit to get +2 dice in their combat? Both of those abilities are really good, and you have to decide which of those two things. The events add a lot of different luck in the game depending on how they come out of the deck, and they make the game shape it in completely different ways depending on how the cards come out and which cards you use when and when you're going to save the different combat cards for. The way combat works is you're going to be moving. If your unit is at war, you can attack another place. Like say the Uruk-hai with Saruman are going and taking the forwards of Eisen here, trying to take out these Rohan units. They'd be rolling dice and trying to get 5s or 6s on the dice to hit. But at the beginning of each round of combat, you're going to be using one of these cards to help mitigate that. So there's different ones that can add 1 dice to the combat roll for my Rohan units on their side, or ones that are really good and make it so that they have -1 from all of their dice for the remainder of that round. So the power of Tom Bombadil will take out the opponent's. In combat, you can use leaders to reroll dice. So depending on the strength of your leader, a normal leader will let you reroll 1 of the dice if it misses in combat, and hopefully you get something better than a 1, but hopefully you'll hit. And then if you have bigger leaders like Saruman or Boromir or Aragorn or Gandalf, they'll allow you to reroll multiple dice in combat, which will allow you to hopefully get better dice to be able to roll better. If you like being able to mitigate your luck in combat, which is a good idea for strategic reasons, make sure to have your leaders in the right points so you'll be able to help your dice go to the right faces so your hits actually hit your opponent and take out some of their units. So that's a few ways to mitigate luck in War of the Ring. This has been Roll with the Punches, and we'll see you next time.